Hello there team. Well, I've got a real treat for you now. It is your 10-minute stretch for your lower body. So you've been working out your lower body and we've been doing abs as well. So now I'm going to give you the gift of a delicious stretch. Okay, come with me. We're going to swivel round and I would like knees nice and wide, toes together, and sink yourself back into Balasana, otherwise known as child's pose. Reach the fingers forwards. Inhale and exhale. Snuggle yourself down onto the mat. You can allow your forehead to rest on the mat. And as you start to unwind and relax and uncoil, think about where you can actually sense tension in the body. Is it in the front of the thighs? Is it in the bottom area, the glutes? Maybe the inner thighs, the hips? Maybe it's in your shoulders or maybe it's in your jaw. So just try and relax everything. And try and get into the habit of inhaling through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. That's lovely, really, really lovely. Okay, just allow yourself to snuggle. Just one more breath, inhale and exhale. Okay, let's shuffle ourselves forwards. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to stretch an area that is notoriously tight, that is renowned for pulling on your lower back. And if it's pulling on your lower back, it's likely pulling on your front hips, which can pull on your knees. So we're going to go into what's called bow pose, but we're going to do half bow. So flip your foot that's nearest to the camera or nearest to your screen. Okay, and we're going to reach around, grab that foot. If you've got trouble grabbing your foot, maybe you could grab your trouser leg or your shoelaces if you've got shoes on. I hope you've taken your shoes off, if I'm being honest, because I want you to fully enjoy this stretch. Now, relax your face, relax your jaw, take a big inhale, and as you exhale, squeeze your bottom and press your hips into the mat and gently encourage your heel towards your buttocks. That's it, well done. As you do this, remind yourself not to tense up through your shoulders or your jaw. I'd like you to really shine a spotlight on that area at the front of the thigh. Okay, that's called your quadricep. And it really is a big muscle and it creates an awful lot of tension through your back if it's tight and through your knees. And release. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. I'm going to turn my head around. Okay, and I'm going to try not to talk. So you know what you're going to do. You're going to take the foot that's furthest away and we're going to repeat. Minimal cues, but just remember to squeeze your buttocks and press your hips into the mat to get the full effect. And release. Well done team, that was awesome. Okay, let's stretch out our back. So we're going to lift into Bhujangasana, that's cobra. And push back into child's pose, only this time you're going to tuck your toes under and we're going to go into puppy pose. So just stretch out those toes, that's it, and allow your chest to come down to the mat. Often, you know, we have tight fascia on the soles of our feet and wrapped around our toes, and it's really, really lovely just to give your toes a bit of a stretch. I mean, how often are they cramped up in shoes, trainers? Day in, day out, we don't give them an awful lot of love, so just let those toes stretch. Okay, from here we're going to go into Ardha Mukha Svanasana, that's your downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, okay, tuck the toes under, you're going to hover the knees off the mat, and then you're going to send your torso up to the sky. I'm on my tiptoes, I'm looking between my shoulder blades, I'm looking between my legs, and I'm allowing my head to dangle upside down. Okay, I know it's not a pretty sight, but it doesn't matter, okay? Remember, we're in this together. It's okay, and it's actually really good for you to allow the blood to rush to the top of your head. It has all the benefits of doing a headstand without actually doing a headstand. Okay, pedal push through your heels one at a time. As you do that, I want you to imagine that you're walking on the surface of the moon, so you're super, super slow. Think about all the tendons, all the fascia, all the muscles and joints, okay? Your toes are getting a stretch, your Achilles is getting a stretch, all the way up through your calf muscles. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to come onto tiptoes and we're going to go feet as wide as the mat. Stay on your tiptoes and walk your hands back to the center of the mat. See if you can get your buttocks right up to the sky. Can you feel that stretch in your hamstrings? Maybe? Okay, slowly lower your heels down, and I bet you feel it now. Ooh, I actually feel it on the outer edges of my calves as well. Now walk your face back through the gateway of your shoulders and leave your hands out in front. Okay, and you should get a magnificent stretch up the back of the hamstrings, into the sitting bones, into the booty. Well done. From here, you can wiggle your hips from side to side. I want you to imagine that your pelvis is like the steering wheel of a ship, okay? That's it. So steer that ship. That's it, and feel that stretch. Wherever you are tight, you will obviously feel the stretch, and it will be different for all of us. Okay, pull back one last time, and then we're going to come back into our classic dog. So narrow up the legs, pedal push, just get a little bit jiggy with it, and we're going to start to open up through the hips. So we're going to lift our leg that's nearest the screen up to the sky. Give me a bit of a wiggle of the ankle, and then we're going to bend our knee joint and send the heel of the foot that's in the sky towards the opposite butt cheek. Okay guys, plant both hands down into the mat, lock everything in place, and feel that stretch through your hips. That should feel really delicious. Okay, from here we're going to come back to center. We're going to aim to drive the same foot to the same hand. Okay, so corresponding outward foot to outward hand, and then we're going to drop the back knee down, turn the toes out 45 degrees, and come into your lizard lunge. There we go. Now imagine that you're on a rock and you're just kind of hanging out in your lizard pose. That should feel really lovely. That's it, getting nice and deep. If you want to, you can manipulate the leg open and come onto the knife edge of the foot. So remember, there's nothing wrong with manipulating your hips and getting them to open. In fact, we want them to be as supple as possible, but we also want them to be strong. Okay, so it's the combination of strength and flexibility that we're looking for. We want to move like ninjas. We don't want to be muscle bound. And we don't want to be like Bambi either, but we do want to move dynamically, so remember that. Okay, from here we're going to go into pigeon. So we're going to lift that same leg up to the sky. We're going to draw the same knee to the same elbow, and then we're going to pivot our foot as far across the mat as possible. And before you sit down, edge your back foot down, excuse the squeaky noise. Okay, untuck the toes and feel that stretch in your outer glute. Well done. That feels delicious. Inhale and exhale, take it down to the mat. Okay, we're going to go into a reclined pigeon at the end, so not too long in that pose. Let's take the other leg up to the sky. Inhale. From here, bend the knee joint. We're going to send the opposite heel towards the opposite buttock. Lock the hands down so you've got an anchor point from which to stretch from. Take a deep inhale, exhale, and then inhale, exhale, and drive the same foot to the corresponding hand. Dial the toes out 45 degrees, drop the back knee down. You are a lizard on a rock. Once again, on the opposite side. Notice how you feel from one side to the other. Okay, and try not to judge yourself. Just use it as information and use it as a way to create a plan for the future. Okay, so that we can iron out any imbalances that we've got. And remember that your body tries to do a really good job for you. And every day we challenge it with lots of repetitive things that we do. Okay, so this is just balancing things out. Feel that stretch, okay? We're gonna dial everything back in. Send the same leg up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, draw the same knee to the same elbow and float the foot to the opposite side of the mat. Take that back leg as far as possible, coming into your delicious pigeon. Feel that stretch, maybe take it down to the mat. And then from here, all I need you to do is bring that leg around, give yourself a big, big hug, roll yourself onto your back, okay, knees in. We're gonna do a tiny pigeon on our back, so we're just gonna cross one leg over and then cross the other, creating that sort of figure four. Hug the knees into the chest for one last time. Give yourself a rock from side to side. And your choice, you could stay here for another 5 minutes, you could repeat your stretch, or maybe you've got things to do, but I just want you to know that today you have absolutely given back to yourself. You've made yourself stronger in so many ways, and you've given back to your body. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, take care guys. I shall see you on the mat tomorrow.